Hello. Oh, that's exactly how I feel. I just went, oh, wow. There's a lot of intensity. I'm feeling it anyways. Hopefully other people are feeling such wonderful, beautiful vibrations today. It is not too badly of a vibrational day, but I'm not even going to put a number of the intensity for this day. I'm not even going to go. I'm not even going to go there. Good morning, Dana. On this, I'm just going to get my mic right. I like to have this in front because it just looks so professional. I don't know if it does anything, but oh, thank you. Thank you. I don't know if it really does anything, but it looks cool. That's that's why I have that there. I mean, otherwise it's just the mic. I don't know. It's just my observation. And that's the whole thing. We have such this is about oh man. First of all, we have uh oh yeah, I'm fancy. I'm fancy. I'm fancy. You haven't been here for a while. I'm getting fancy. Wait till I get my little lights and stuff going here. I'm getting really fancy. There's a lot in the heavens that are happening right now, and there's a lot of energy that is I believe it's a prelude. It's almost a setup and what we have that what we are being um introduced to. So there's like this like it's like I get this introduction to and we've been going through these introductions or been going through these scenes on the stage for a while now, like it's for over a year or so. And these scenes are starting to come together and we're starting to see what the picture is. Many of us, don't want to see what the picture is, but there's a picture being unfolded, and the heavens unfolds this to us when it started with Pluto and in Capricorn. So we start with this energy that we can go all the way back to 2008 when Pluto started to show us change is happening, change is starting to come in. You have to start paying more attention. But we as humans, it's like once the crisis is over, we try and get back to our normalcy and try to get back to normal. And that's what a lot of people are trying to do now without looking at the full ramifications of the consequences of what is being unfolded to us in many different ways. Now, back in 2008, we had he started to show us, what banks are kind of, are you sure you want to trust in this? Because it looks very unsecure to me. It looks unsecure that all of these supposedly people who have money are telling you that they know more than you do, right? So Pluto began to unveil information for us. And in this unveiling, it started to get you to probe for questions and ask yourself, just because somebody has money, does that mean that they know more than you? Just because somebody has an extra dollar in their pocket than you do, does that mean that person knows more than you do? Well, looking at society, it seems to be. When we look at society. So when we look at the powers that be, we look at them, we say, ooh, they must know more than me because we don't have that. So we come into this mindset of lack, of what is lack. And where yesterday when I was talking about that psychic debris, that psychic energy, is that we put ourselves into this molding, into these sets of these scenes that are being unfolded, and we think, oh no, I'm not that, I can't be that, I am not this, I am not that, I just want things to go back to normal. Yet deep down inside of us, as Pluto is still in Capricorn and will be there till 2023, is now retrograding all the way back to that in January when he really started to slow down. And even that of Saturn now, because Saturn was there last year. Saturn was in Capricorn for 2.5 years. starting to stir the pot even more. And that's Saturn's home. And he was looking around and saying, you know what, there's shit that has to be taken care of in here. Let's get going. And he could see Pluto waving at him saying, hey, yeah, I'm over here. I know I've been trying to tell him, but nobody's listening, man. No one's listening. And Saturn's like, yeah, I'm coming along. We're going to have some big heavy duty hitting. Just wait till 2020. Yeah, I'm waiting. And bang, the hit. And things started to unfold. And then Jupiter was there, and Jupiter says, hey, Dad, you and I have kind of a weird relationship, even though after you tried to kill me and eat us all, I set you up in a really nice retirement home in Florida. Which is really what he did. And he's like, yeah, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Can you just help us here? So Jupiter said, yeah, okay, I can help you out. You know, what I do is I just expand things. I just make them look bigger and expand them and enhance things and have things enhanced so that people can have a better look at things. So that's what he did. So we had a whole year of these planets coming together and moving around each other and expanding and trying to show us things. Yet in this all and in this scary and what we are, like, no, I don't want to see this. I don't want to do this. Oh, no. Oh, hang on. There's a quick cure over there. Let's run over there. And the planets are saying, whoa, North Node and Gemini. Have you asked the questions? Why is there such a quick cure so fast, so quick? What's going on here? You're running over there. I don't think you should be running over there. Have you inquired? But South Node Sag says, I don't know. I'm just looking for that miracle because I just want things to go back to normal. Informed decision comes into the stratosphere of now. And as we've had the moon, our innermost internal energy, comes in and says, I've been in Leo 5 times in 1 month. Did you know that? A moon in Leo 5 times in 1 month. Well, what is Leo? Well, Leo is the stage. Here I am. I'm showing you the stage. I'm showing you this whole setup. I've been here 5 times, and I've squared the sun in Taurus. And the sun in Taurus is like, yeah, because we're trying to show you what this foundation is that we want to build. And the moon comes in. Yeah, we want to build this beautiful energetic energy of bringing in harmony, of bringing in peace, of your oneness of who you are and who you need to illuminate, which is you in your own holy divine way, without being misguided by other illusions that are coming for you and taking you off track here, there, and everywhere. And the moon is coming in. This doesn't happen very often. I don't come into a sign more than 2.5 days in any cycle of 30 days. But this time I wanted to treat you to something extra special. I want to show you how special and how beautiful and loving and caring that you actually are when you are in your divineness. And taking this and allowing yourself to make some informed decisions and get some clarity on how you wish to proceed. Because there's some other energies that are coming forward that I want you to be prepared for. Because I'm setting up the new scenes. I'm setting up this new energy that's coming forth for you. So I want to make sure that you are okay. And that's where the divine is. I want to make sure you're okay. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you feeling tired or exhausted? Are you able to come into your divineness without being persuaded by the elusiveness of maybe something coming in that says, I'm going to save the day for you? Because it's quite a wild one. It's quite a wild one because we have that Mars in Cancer. Mars in Cancer. Now he's feeling that intensity of that Leo moon. He's like, whoa, man, this is a lot for me to handle. Like, I'm in water. You're just boiling this up. You're just making the water hotter. And he says, yeah, I am. Because I want you to look at your health. I want you to look at the stuff that you need to be looking at. I want you to start to understand that you might be feeling a little bit of stress. So what are you doing in this energy if you're feeling a little bit of stress? And Mercury's coming in and he's saying, you know what? I'm going on vacay, guys. Just an FYI. I'm going to be going on vacay. And they're all looking at him like, what? What? Yeah, I'm going on vacay. You know, I'm going to take some time off. I'm in Gemini. I'm in at home. I'm just going to do a home vacay kind of thing. And so I'm going to just sort of, start to let you guys think about things for a little bit, because that's what Mercury does. He gets you to think about things a little bit more and communicate a little bit more. And that's what he says. I want you to sort of mull things over, because that's what we're doing. Because with Gemini, or with Mercury in Gemini, he wants you to look at decoding yours. And that's what we do with this planetary mapping with Mercury. It narrows down your top interests. He wants you to understand what you like to think about and talk about, and get a better grasp on how you like to plan out the projects and ideas. So that's what he's coming in to do. And understanding where he is in your natal chart gives you a little bit more of an idea of the things that you like to chat about. Now, all of this energy is coming into play for us to take a better, deeper look at our own energies. And along with that, we have the eclipses coming. Now, this eclipse, this full lunar eclipse, isn't like any other lunar eclipse, because this lunar eclipse has a little bit of a history with it. As with all, Pluto was trying to lay out some information. He's been trying to do that for some time, but he decided once he hit Capricorn, these guys are kind of dense. I'm going to fucking give it to them, because, that's what I do. They weren't getting it, so let's just give it to them full bang. And in comes the moon, and the moon is saying, yeah, we got some more stuff that needs to be looked at. And so we have a full moon lunar eclipse happening next week. And this full moon lunar eclipse is this blood moon. It is when the moon looks red, as it is in this eclipse. And this blood moon is, I got all this hair coming into my face, is a big deal, because there's many many things within astrology, many little timelines are coming together with this that is getting us to look at things. And the moon, and is there, and he's like whispering, and Pluto's saying, yeah, are they seeing what's happening? Are they seeing the information that's going there? So I did a little research on the blood moon, on when it happened. And in 1492 to 93, the Jews were exiled. And in 1492, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Did you know Christopher Columbus was a Jew? Interesting factor. I thought, oh, that's interesting. And all these people were wanting to be exiled. That was during a blood moon. In 1949, the Arab-Israeli war started. I mean, they made a state. They brought the Jews over, and they made a state, and they made a new country for the Jews. Well, the Arabs were kind of pissed at that. So in came a blood moon. 1967, the 6-Day War started on a blood moon. And in 2014, 4/14, the Passover, there was a bloody moon on that too. So we have this energy of this moon that has brought in some crazy changes. Now, a friend of mine said, did you know? And I said, no, I didn't know. He goes, did you know that this is part of the Mayan calendar? And I went, oh, what is it about the Mayan calendar? Well, it was the end of an era in 2012. And I said, yes, I understand that. And it was a whole new beginning. He goes, this is now where we are now in the birthing of the sixth sun of this new age, which is part of the blood moon. I'm like, woo, what does that mean? And he goes, it's a cycle. We are in this cycle of this transformation and change. And this transformation and change is that it is, this blood moon is showing us the crackling of the old and the rise of the new. He goes, it's very much like that of the Renaissance. And I went, oh, that's so interesting. So this blood moon has more power than what we give it? He goes, yeah. I went, oh, okay, cool. And I said, and even with Pluto, and he goes, yeah, Pluto. I mean, Pluto started to, bring in a lot of the crackling, bringing in a lot of the change back in 2008 and even before, right? And maybe Corona will disappear. You're very cute, Sherry. No, because we can go back 30 years. Oh my God, 30 years ago. There was a Dr. Robert Wilner. Dr. Robert Wilner was he was, they didn't want to hear about him anymore, so they threw him out. He took away his medical license. He went into holistic medicine. But he did a huge study, because if you think of the last time, when was the last time Pluto and Saturn were together? Oh, that was 30 years ago. The AIDS epidemic. And they brought out this information about the AIDS epidemic 30 years ago. And Dr. Robert Wilner he was on the panel, and he was talking about AIDS, and he was talking about how AIDS was, came about. And he started talking about how it had to do with nutrition, and had to do with building the immune system, and how it had to do with malnutrition, and a lot to do with malnutrition. And that when the immune system is done, it's not only brought to you through sex. And so that part of AIDS, and I'm not familiar on the whole thing, but when I got a hold of some of his information, him and Fauci were on opposite ends of the boards, and he was challenging Fauci to sue him. And Fauci declined. But Fauci was the one who they put in charge of this pandemic in order to bring in a special vaccination to cure AIDS as an experiment on people. I thought that was quite interesting. I thought that was an interesting factor, that the same person is in charge today, and the same person has been accused of giving money to the Wuhan laboratory where the coronavirus had leaked out. So we're having all of this energy and this information that's coming out. And what's happening is that Pluto is saying, are you seeing it yet? Are you seeing this of what it is doing to our relationships with our divine? Because when we go into the energies of the planets are a vibrational energy that we can feel, that we can tap into, because beyond that, they tap into the vastness of even more. And as they tap into that vastness of even more, this is our connection. This is coming down to us and down to our earth. And this vibration is saying, hey, we gotta, it's shaking us. It's shaking us right to the core. And the blood moon that's coming in, the blood moon is saying, take a look at what's happening to Israel right now. Take a look at what they're trying to force upon the Israelis right now. Whether you're Jewish or whether you're any, Christian or pagan or whatever you want, that the foundation is there, and it goes even further than that, all the way back to Abraham. Interesting how it goes back, and everybody can identify with that one person who is neither Jew, neither Muslim, and neither Christian. He was nomad. He was a nomadic. So they had their own worship at that time. But I bring this all up because there is lots of clues that are coming in, and that we have to take note, and we have to start taking notes, because this information is coming to us and coming through us. And as this information is coming to us and through us, we have to start jotting down. It's like, oh, it's just like when somebody, mentioned to me about, Robert Wilner. I'm like, who the fuck is Robert Wilner? Well, he wrote a book, and he talked about all of this about AIDS. He ended up leaving his practice after, and going into holistic medicine. His wife had cancer because, of the reactions she was having with chemotherapy, and he wanted to bring in holistic information to people and teach people about boosting their immune system, because he goes, there's a deadlier virus that can come out through man-made means. And I thought, oh my God, that is so interesting. So, but he got muffled, pushed to the back. So this information is coming to us. And there's giant scavenger hunt in the skies right now of getting us to look even deeper into the information that's coming to us and not being afraid. The blood moon, this sign in the heavens that is coming forth, is bringing in, and the blood moon has such reverence not only for ourselves, but in Judaism, in Christianity, and that of the Muslims. So this blood moon, it goes deeper than we ever thought. And this blood moon is coming up for us because anywhere where that moon hits, it's getting us to look at. Where it hits, it's an energy that comes in, and it's getting us to look at. Let's see. Oh, the last lunar eclipse hit over Wuhan on December 21st, 2019. And the next one after that hit over China and India on the border there. Not too far. It's still hit a little bit of Wuhan, because the thing is, when the eclipse hits an area, it spreads out. There's a vibrational spread out. This one is hitting over the Western Pacific, the Northern Pacific Ocean, which is over Japan, on the coast of China, spreading out all the way over to Western Pacific into North America. So there's this vibration that is hitting us of saying there's going to be some massive wake-ups after this lunar eclipse. There's going to be a massive wake-up that's happening. And with Saturn going retrograde, Pluto's already retrograde, and Mercury deciding to go on vacation, it's time for us to take a really deep look on where we are headed as individuals and where our path is leading us in our truth, and stepping into that, because there's a lot of psychic debris out there, baby, and people are feeling it. People are feeling it into this collective and into this energy, and this is looking into our collective immune system. This is a part of the whole. So this is a changing of our of the agent of the whole, attuning ourselves into this power and allowing ourselves to come into this, because this is a internet of energy. And with this energy that's also has a psychic anchor, because of that psychic anchor is coming in of showing us this is what we need to look at. Here is where the fear is. Because everybody wants to go back to normal. Well, they did that in 2008 and people wanted to go back to normal. They did that before and everybody just give me that quick cure. Give me that quick. And they did that with the AIDS epidemic. And it seems like the same people keep coming forward with this quick cure. Foundations, doctors, who supposedly have our best interest, yet their dollars and their bank account is getting bigger. So I guess because their bank account's getting bigger, they must know more than we do, right? And that's where the energy is. The energy is in here of us being and taking, being the observer, stepping back and having that observation and looking at what is your long-term approach to what it is that you want. And remember that this is a crumbling of an old age. We're at the end of an age, and the end of an age just doesn't happen. So if you can, for those who've had past life regressions and those who've been in France, remember the storming of the Bastille? Well, the storming of the Bastille was only the beginning, or only a trigger of the transformation and changes that needed to be happening in France. Right now, how this is going to play out on this earth, because not everybody's on board right now, is that, and you're already hearing it, there's going to be huge food shortages. And I've been telling you that since last year. When paychecks start to be up to 40% of your pay, of your income, 40% of food, anytime that has happened, there's a world crisis or a world war or a revolution. When you start seeing crisis that people have to pay extra for things that they need, then you start seeing this huge epidemic and pandemic that starts to come and happen. And that's where we're heading. We're heading into this energy of saying, yeah, there's some crazy chaos. Remember, I said it was the year of Hecate, and she's bringing in the transformation and changes that we want. And she wants to say, hey, I want to bring this to you. But not everybody's believing the way that you believe, and not everybody's on the same board as you are on. And that's okay. You are the one who has to stick to your long-term approach and what you need. And we are now coming into, and we're going to start seeing this giant scavenger hunt that's happening in the sky. And the food shortages are happening, and they're going to be huge. Last year, there's only a little bit. Just go and just walk around your grocery store. Go through a couple grocery stores and see the limited amount of food that is there. This is a time of stocking up, of stocking up on things like rice and potatoes and onions and all of those types of things. Stocking up on basic noodles and dry goods, because you're going to see that there's going to be a very limited amount of beef or chicken. They're already running out of chickens, weird enough, in the United States. So we're going to start seeing those limitations starting to happen. And when a chicken, or when food starts to be where you go for a normal chicken, maybe say a whole chicken, I don't know, maybe let's go, I'm going to just do $5. So $5 for a chicken that may have been $5 last year is now $10 this year. You're going to find by the end of this year, it's going to be $20 for that chicken. Same chicken. Awakening. Not everybody wants to hear my message. Not everybody wants to like what I tell you. And remember what I posted yesterday. I'm a hard person to shut up. But what I want to warn you is that when we come into our light and we look into the long-term approach of what we want, and that is Mars with this lunar moon in Leo for the 5th time in 1 month, is saying, awaken my sweet pea, awaken my sweet pea, so that you can make the adjustments that you need to make, because we're coming in, and Athena's saying, yes, we need to wake up, because we need to wake up for our own selves and our own sovereignty, and stand up for what we know is true, and not go for the quick fix that the South Node wants to bring you. Like, please don't. You have the star Regulus coming in, which is the star of kings, that is saying, here we go. Let us stand in our honor and our divinity and our sovereignty to bring us the glory and the grace of the divine within each and every one of you by looking at your long-term approach. And we're going to see that, the long-term approach, where others already have their long-term approach. But that doesn't include any of us. It doesn't include in where we need to go. They want you to go for the quick fix because they're the guys with the extra dollar in their account. So they know more than you do. Remember that. Remember that. It's the same person that tried to push something 30 years ago is coming out trying to push something now again. And his pocket is really he's got quite a few more dollars than you and I because of all of this. So when you see people gaining out of something like this, awaken. Awaken. This is a big deal because we are at the end of an age. And keep an eye on Israel. Israel already tried to do a forced vaccination for all its people to wear a green band. So keep an eye on that because this is the birth of the sixth sun in this new age. And this is the cycle of the Jaguar God coming forth, the cycle of this energy coming forth for us to do our transformation and change. Big, baby, big. You know, I told you, I said this week is like 1,000 and 1,500 to 2,000 out of 10. It is. And that's where the energies are. So how do we do this? Through our meditation, through our prayer, through our devotion. How we connect with our divine, going out in nature, you know, connecting, you know, buying bulbs, you know, connecting with the energies of the plants, you know, doing things like this is something what we need to start looking at. That's how we connect. That's how we make the changes. They're even talking about in Calgary here that you're allowed to have city chickens. Maybe he's looking into the course about raising city chickens. I'm not a fan of chickens, but I might look into that course and wanting to have 5 hens in my backyard. Why not? Make the change. Making the change that needs to happen. So we're coming into this newness. And what is that we need to do? So I have 8, I'm only doing 8 mini readings for the blood moon. Mini readings. I'm only doing 8. They're $25. And you'll receive it next week. And I use your birth date and I use your chart. I use your natal chart to do a reading for you. So it's a personal reading that I do just for you for this moon and the energies coming forward. It is, I'm going to say there's a lot. This is my 12th and 6th house. So that I have to look at. For me, so that has to do a lot with health. Health is coming in. So what's going to be happening with my health and keeping an eye on my health and keeping my immune system and everything going. So we have that energy because the moon is going to be in my 6th house. Where's the moon going to be in your house? In which house? And what does that mean? And what does that look like for you? So take a look, bring out your natal chart, start looking at it. If you are wanting a blood moon reading, definitely get a hold of me. It's $25. So we have that. And we also have the planetary mapping series that's coming in, the cosmic series, where you start to go through each of the planets and to talk about what it symbolizes both as a powerful force in the sky and what it means for you on your birth chart and when it comes to pursuing your cosmic calling. So understanding, you know, like I did with the sun, moon, and rising sign, that I go through each of those planets and seeing how does that all relate to you in your natal chart, so that when you look at your natal chart, you can say, hey, oh, okay, I have Mercury my Mercury's in my 5th house, and my 5th house is Scorpio, and it's and my sun is highlighting my Mercury. So there's something there that I have to voice, that I have to highlight, and I got to allow myself to shine, yet come with my truth of my Scorpio and not be afraid of it. So when I look at that, I'm just like, okay, this makes more sense to me. And why sometimes you can't shut me up, because my Mercury's there. It wants to come out. It wants to shine. 5th house is Leo. Leo's ruled by the sun. The sun is in in the 5th house, which is my Scorpio house. So understanding those layers, it just gives you a better scenario, understanding where your Venus is. Where is your Venus? My Venus is at 29 degrees Scorpio, tipping there. So my Venus is she's an older one. She's one that comes through with coming in with, yeah, you know what? This is what I do want. And being at 29 degrees, knowing that things are going to, as a woman, as that feminine energy, are going to develop for me later in life, which they did. So this is understanding, when you start to look at a lot of the things in your chart, and you can go, aha, okay, I get it. Oh, this is going to happen. Okay, I'm still working on this part, or this is going to be a continual journey with me, So this gives you a little bit of clarity when it comes to looking at, as my hair is sticking into everything, looking at how things are unfolding for everything for you. So take a look at that. It's up on the Guru Mama page, gurumama.com. You can go there and take a look at it. So, my loves, I'm going to send you out with so much love. Thank you so much for being a part of my day. May the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Shine your light. Know that you are a child of the universe, that you are part of the cosmos, and that God and the goddess understand all of you, and they don't expect you to be perfect. They love you unconditionally. They love you for who you are and for what you are contributing to this world. And that is your message from the God and the goddess today. Blessed be everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.